Accountability, or mob rule. I'm sure you've heard the news. Someone got cancelled again. It's a headline that feels almost routine now, a constant drumbeat in our digital lives. A celebrity says the wrong thing, a brand makes a misstep, an old forgotten post from a public figure resurfaces. And suddenly, the internet is on fire. The verdict comes swiftly, delivered through a torrent of hashtags, angry comments, and demands for deplatforming. It feels immediate, overwhelming, and absolute. But what if it's not what you think? What if the story we tell ourselves about cancel culture is too simple, too black and white? The term itself is a battleground, loaded with political and social baggage. For some, it's a long overdue tool for accountability, a way for marginalized voices to finally challenge the powerful. For others, it's a terrifying form of mob justice, a digital witch hunt that stifles free speech and offers no chance for redemption. The truth, as it so often is far more complex. So, let's unpack it. Cancel culture sounds like one thing: immediate punishment online, a digital guillotine. But it's time for a myth bust. The phenomenon we call cancel culture isn't a monolith. It's actually a chaotic, unpredictable mix of genuine accountability, performative outrage, and loud competing opinions, all tangled together in the sprawling, decentralized network of the internet. To understand it, we first need to look at where it came from. The idea of public shaming as a tool for social control is nothing new. From the stocks in the public square to organized boycotts of the 20th century, societies have always had ways of enforcing their norms. But the internet, and social media in particular, changed the game entirely. It removed the gatekeepers of traditional media and gave a megaphone to anyone with a connection. The term canceling itself emerged from black culture, initially as a colloquial, often humorous way to dismiss someone, but by the mid-2010s, it had morphed into a powerful verb for collective disavowal, amplified by platforms designed for viral spread. So, how does it actually work? The mechanisms are varied. It often starts with a call-out, a public accusation drawing attention to a perceived transgression. If this call-out gains traction, it can trigger a dogpile, where thousands or even millions of users descend upon the target with criticism, mockery, and sometimes harassment. This immense pressure can then lead to real-world consequences: deplatforming, where a person is removed from social media or other platforms; advertiser pressure, where brands pull their support from a show or creator; and in some cases, loss of employment. It's crucial here to distinguish between consequences and harassment. Facing criticism for your public statements is a consequence. Facing a flood of death threats is harassment. The line is frequently and dangerously blurred. Let's first look at this through the lens of accountability. At its best, this collective action is a tool for justice, especially for those who have been historically ignored by traditional power structures. Imagine a scenario. A powerful executive at a large company has a long, documented history of creating a toxic work environment. Formal complaints have gone nowhere. Then, a former employee shares their story online. Others, emboldened, share similar experiences. The story goes viral. The sheer volume of public outcry forces the company's board to act, leading to an investigation and the executive's removal. In this case, the public pressure achieved a consequence that the established system failed to deliver. It held someone to a standard of conduct. This is where we see the potential for restorative outcomes, not just punitive ones. The goal isn't just to punish, but to prompt acknowledgement of harm, genuine apology, and tangible changes in behavior or policy. Some calls for consequences come from a place of real harm, and they are a necessary function of a healthy public sphere. But then there's the other side of the coin: performative outrage. The architecture of social media rewards speed, emotion, and conflict. Nuance doesn't go viral. Outrage does. This creates a powerful incentive for what's called clout chasing. Some moments of public condemnation are less about seeking justice and more about gaining social capital, likes, shares, and followers. Consider this: a person makes an awkward but relatively harmless joke in a video. Someone else clips just the awkward part, removes all context, and posts it with a caption declaring it problematic. The algorithm, sensing engagement, pushes it to more and more feeds. A rumor cascade begins. People react to the clip without seeing the original video, piling on with quick judgment because it's easy and socially rewarding. There's no investigation, no follow-through, just a fleeting, intense burst of collective anger that moves on to the next target tomorrow. The original person is left to deal with the fallout, while the instigator has gained a boost in visibility. This isn't accountability, it's a game, and the platforms are the playing field. This is why, third, context matters. Profoundly, a single statement or action, viewed in a vacuum, can be wildly misleading. To judge fairly, we have to consider several factors that can shift everything. First, history. Is this a one-time mistake or part of a long-standing pattern of behavior? A single clumsy tweet from a decade ago is different from a consistent record of harmful actions. Second, power dynamics. Who is speaking, and who are they speaking about? Criticism directed at a powerful politician or a massive corporation, punching up, is fundamentally different from a celebrity mobilizing their millions of fans to attack a private citizen, punching down. Power dictates the potential for harm. And third, intent. While impact often matters more than intent, trying to understand what a person meant to do can be important. Was it a malicious act, a moment of ignorance, or a simple misunderstanding? This doesn't excuse harm, but it can, and should, inform the proportionality of the response. Ignoring this context is an invitation to injustice. In an environment fueled by outrage, evidence often becomes a casualty. Misinformation spreads like wildfire. Deceptively edited video clips, screenshots taken out of context, and unverified accusations can frame an innocent person or escalate a minor offense into a major scandal. We also have to contend with bots and brigading, where coordinated groups, sometimes politically motivated, work to artificially amplify a call-out to make it seem like a massive organic movement. As viewers, we have a responsibility to be critical consumers of information. Before sharing that viral post, ask yourself, where did this come from? Am I seeing the full picture? Is there a primary source I can check? A few moments of verification can stop a false narrative in its tracks. The impacts of this phenomenon are far-reaching and complex. For the targets, the consequences can be devastating, leading to severe mental health issues, financial ruin, and social isolation, regardless of whether the initial criticism was warranted. But there's also a broader, chilling effect. When people see the ferocity of online mobs, they may become afraid to express nuanced opinions, ask questions, or make mistakes in public, leading to a more cautious and less authentic public discourse. At the same time, the benefits of accountability are real. It has forced important conversations about social justice and given a voice to victims who were previously silenced. The challenge is harnessing the benefits while mitigating the severe harms. So what's the truth? The truth is that not every online pile-on is justice, and not every backlash against a public figure is an illegitimate mob. The system is broken, but the impulse behind it, the desire for a more just and equitable world, is often valid. So if we want better outcomes, what can we do? It starts with changing our own behavior and demanding more from the systems we use. First, demand evidence. Don't participate in a pile-on based on a headline or a 15-second clip. Practice media literacy. Be a skeptic, not a cynic. Look for the full story before you form an opinion, and especially before you share one. Second, prioritize repair over ruin. Is the goal to destroy someone's life, or is it to see them acknowledge the harm, learn, and make amends? A culture of grace, which allows for mistakes and redemption, is stronger than one that demands perfection and offers no path back. And third, choose consistent standards. We should apply the same level of scrutiny and the same principles of fairness to people we agree with as we do to those we don't. Inconsistent application of our values isn't justice, it's tribalism. We can also advocate for better platform tools, features that slow down viral outrage, promote context, and more effectively combat coordinated harassment. In the end, cancel culture isn't a single beast we can slay, or a simple button we can press. It's a messy, powerful, and evolving social tool, forged in the chaotic furnace of the internet. It reflects our highest ideals of justice and our lowest impulses for cruelty. It holds the potential for profound good and profound harm. The question is not whether it should exist, it already does. The question is how we choose to wield it. If we use it wisely, with care, context, and a commitment to fairness, it can help build a better world. But if we use it recklessly, it just becomes more noise, more division, and more anger. The choice is ours.